Hello, I'm Ollie Rippon, and this is my demonstration video for Advanced 3D Games Engines and Scripting. Uh, to start off here, we've got the main menu. The quit button does quit out of the project, and the play button takes you to a lobby screen, as you can see here. On the left side, we've got the select level, start game, and return to menu buttons. The select level gives you a variety of levels to select, and that will take you into the game once you have selected and applied it. We've also got the start button down in the center of the lobby there. On the right hand side, we've got the player information that will be updated depending on how players decide to change their classes and roles. They can also join and leave the game dynamically with the gamepads. On the left side of the screen, we've also got the level information, which has the level name, the game mode, and if selected, an image for the level itself. In the center of the screen, we've also got a small instruction piece on how to change the role in the lobby using the left and right bumpers, including instructions on how to use the abilities in game. If you start the game, it brings you into the PvE level that was previously selected. Players spawn with weapons and ammo, depending on what class type they selected in the lobby. The lower left side of the screen shows the player's health and ability cooldown timer in the green and blue respectively. In the blue bar, if the player decides to activate their ability, it will drop to 0 and slowly refill itself. The ability isn't usable during this cooldown period and won't be available until the bar has filled all the way back up. As you can see here, the player moves forward through the first door in the level, activating a trigger that spawns AI opponents. The AI will wander around the nearby area until they have line of sight with a player, at which point they will find cover and fight back. The AI uses projectile weapons to give the player a bit of a chance, because if they had hit scan weapons, they'd get every shot possible. The player here is using the DPS ability, which deals damage to AI in a certain area, and that particle effect is displaying that that is working nearby. So as the player continues to move through the level, they keep hitting more and more triggers, spawning more enemies until they eventually reach the end of the level, which will take them back to the main menu. That is shown later on in the demonstration with the multiplayer game mode as pre-recorded gameplay with the multiplayer side of things. So we'll skip over to that now. So here we've got a multiplayer lobby going into the deathmatch game mode to give an idea of how PvP combat works in the game mode. Here both players are going to be playing the healer class, so they are going to be given hit scan weapons. The horizontal split screen I felt gave more of a wider viewpoint for both players, with the center UI giving the corresponding scores to whoever's side of the screen it's on. That does add more UI pieces as there are more players in the game. So if there were 4 players in the game, there would be 4 boxes all aligned to the center of the screen in each of their respective players' corners. So as you can see there, player 1 did kill player 2, and their score went up as a result of it. In the deathmatch game mode, if the player reaches a certain score limit, the game ends with win and lose UI being placed on the respective winner and loser screens. And that is the gist of PvP combat in this project. Here we see 2 players going into the PvE level. Between them, they can decide which roles they're going to take up in the level itself. Unfortunately, any second, third, or fourth player can't select what role they take as of yet, so only the first player is able to change their role. Here we can see the first player changes their role to DPS to balance out the healing part of it. So here they've entered the game, they've started moving through, and the top screen is the DPS character who has moved straight in. You can see they're both using their abilities quite well. Both of them work. The healer character is off to the side and healing themselves, while the DPS character is moving forward using their ability to deal damage to the AI characters. As you can see there, the DPS player decided to move back towards the healer player, so that they could get healed before they entered the next area of the level. This is also a good way to show off the different weapons that are given to each class. The healer character is given a hit scan rifle, and the DPS player is given a projectile weapon to deal more damage, while the healer character has the option to stay more out of the fight. And here, as both players reach the end of the level, player 1 enters the trigger box, and as player 2 enters, the win screen appears. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this demonstration.